Welcome back for part two, episode 76, Equilibrium. We left off, revelations were made in the day after their triumph at the top of the Marbrook Range. See the Scarlet Vanguard now. Later that evening, near the tail end of this first day's rest here in Fort Auger, cloven into the mountains. They maintain a turret to themselves, given to them as a guest quarters for the time being. We'll open with Sana and Alikos wearily returning shortly after the sun has set and the evening is taken. The party, the Scarlet Vanguard, is rendezvoused together. Even Adlin, with his injuries, would be his more higher passive perception, hear them coming and being maybe rising up from bed a bit, batting an eye open. Camera angle widens, we zoom in, take it away. What do you guys do?
It's first thing in the morning?
No, later that night. The two of you just
sunset.
got back.
Okay.
Two of you just got back. It was kind of a somber walk back.
Yeah, Shawnee didn't ask you any questions about what you saw. She's not going to bother you. But she does, offer you a shoulder to help you along. All 5'4" of me. Just gonna
I'm fine. Thank you. So, just kind of like wicking away some of the sweat that's formed. And, we'll speak again in the morning.
Yes, you should probably get some rest.
Yeah.
Agni will be ecstatic to see you.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I bet. Sorry. I'm just tired.
Tilts her head at you and nods. Just up these steps, come on.
Sorry, it's kind of, yeah, well, actually kind of take your lead. Struggling a little bit. He's blinking very frequently. But other than that, he's... Yeah, so
Yeah, you head off,
see you
and
in
it's
the
likely you and Agni
morning.
have taken a separate floor. And as you move to those quarters, she's probably just stirring, coming out of an elegant laid-out pose, basks in moonlight on the balcony.
It's much more spread eagle passed out, but
Had to play you up.
Not elegant at all.
Agni can't make herself look all nice when she's asleep. She's laying on the balcony, just on the stone. You back?
Yeah, I am.
Sits up, looks over at him. What was your little meditation?
It was fine. I suppose.
Kinda thinks at him a little bit. She see that he doesn't look so hot.
Looks tired.
Do you normally sleep on the stonework?
I just want to... in the sun, I guess.
I see more stars than sunlight.
It was sunny when I fell asleep. Not gonna tell me what's wrong.
Well, I went and gathered the herbs and did the ritual and got the answers I needed, I suppose.
Why are your eyes so distant?
Probably, I think it was the ritual. It's paid a heavy toll on me. So now he's like kind of just rubbing his face. Yeah. Kind of replaying like the different memories of Ignicia, like kind of like, oh, dang it. As he's kind of like almost looking at different realities each time. As he's closing his eye and then he just shakes his head all together. Sorry. I'll explain everything to everyone in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
No, you don't have to lie to me. Hope you know that by now.
yeah, I shouldn't lie to you, right? Sorry.
You need to tell me.
All right.
I just don't want you to lie.
What would you like to know?
If you're not okay, just tell me you're not okay. I can't try to make it better if you don't tell me.
Yeah, I'm not okay.
Come here.
I'm not okay. That Zella kind of making his way to the stonework, just tossing his spear and his shield to the side, just done with the whole day. Zella, sit down on the stonework right next to you.
Changed. Looks so changed. Just in general. Last couple of weeks. Day. Everything.
Yeah. It's been a long time. And, well, it's hard to believe it's been such a short span of time, yet it feels like eons.
Like a couple hundred lifetimes, doesn't it?
Kyla, how did you?
Roll up persuasion, Agnesy.
Persuasion?
With advantage.
Okay.
At least I think. Did
Sorry,
he? Was she
I
spying on this
accidentally.
ritual? Did she know what happened?
No, but as she says that, because you weren't able to retain.
Did that to GM.
When she says, yeah, she had 28. When she says 100 lifetimes, like you weren't able to retain much. You know, like you just like saw a lot. But you know, there was some definitive things, and I explained this to you already in a whisper,
Right.
but she kind of like reminds you of her importance in your life, for better or worse. Often better. But you do like have this
Yeah.
meaningful stare for a moment as she says that.
Yeah. Then
Looks at him with
he'll just
slight,
turn to
like-
lean back on the balcony as he just lays
Gives him a
back on the
slightly-
stonework.
A slightly raised eyebrow for the fact that he seems so surprised by the words she just said.
It's like he really thought about it for the first time as you're reading his face. Like it's coming to him all again.
The one who
He's kind
said
of wrapped
that.
his mind around what it means.
You're the one who said 100 lifetimes.
Yeah, I suppose I did. She's kind of staring you up and down. So he leans back up from the stonework. Ugh. He just gives a sigh of frustration. Sorry. That damn ritual. I think I understand it now, but part of me wishes I never done it. I mean, I suppose it comes at a price. I just hand on the stonework. Hi. I'm sorry.
Sorry for. Didn't do anything.
Everything.
I love you.
I love you too. Oddly enough, without any emotion. Just like returning a response. His eyes are still tired, he's still almost looking in the distance.
Electra looks on with guppy eyes to the whole dramatic situation, and even Oliver, who's been up in the shadow of the turret, sheds a single tear.
I'll just lay down. Her head on his chest.
Doesn't respond.
Doesn't know what else to do.
Bask in the light of the moons this night, and try to find the serenity of sleep. Eventually, you all do fall into unconsciousness, but you eventually wake up as well. Just where you left yourself, nothing to be surprised about. Adlin, you get up and aches and pains, man. Aches and pains. But, all in all, Scarlet Vanguard is all together, feeling alive. And the sounds of you stirring from your cots and shuffling across this tower can be heard as we see you going through your morning routines. There's so much to be done. Out your window, you can see the bend of the Marbrook Range and those mountains where they lead towards Baldrick's Watch. And the glens that guide that path. Eventually, we see all the protagonists, our main characters here, are ready to go. Maybe not a rambunctious mood amongst them, but, here you guys go. You're all together. You're maybe rendezvoused for just after having a meal together. What does the Scarlet Vanguard do today?
I'd
What do
like
they
to
do
look
today?
over Adlin. Try and get a better grasp on his injuries. When you wake up, Adlin, Sana's probably gonna wait for a while, just meditating.
There's and this is a keep. There's a whole infirmary and staff
Perfect.
who does this kind of thing, and they'd be able to help you, lend you tools and a better area to see to his needs than the guest room bed.
Even better as I go up to Adlin as soon as he's awake. Adlin, I know you said that you're fine, but just to be sure, could you accompany me to the infirmary?
If that'll give you peace of mind, sure, but I think we're gonna have to actually sit down and talk about what the hell we're doing today, so let's be quick.
She nods and take him over to the infirmary, and they're probably more qualified. Well, I'm pretty qualified, but they're probably more qualified than I am. It being like,
Are they? Have they delved the depths of Bevel Bay? Have they climbed to the peaks of the Marbrook Range? I dare say not.
I'm a scribe, not a doctor.
A scribe in the Circle of the Horn, the most ancient order of reservoirs of knowledge.
Chiropractor.
And the world's first
I'm the first
chiropractor, most important of all.
Yeah, you're right.
They will definitely help you, not the other way around.
Perfect. So it's actually a flat roll with the disadvantage on ability checks. I look you over. Still have bags under my eyes, but let's go crit. That's a 16. Not good for me. Not awful though. So yeah,
What
I
help?
look you over.
How exhausted are
cast-
you?
Huh?
How exhausted are you? Because there's
I
people
have 2
helping you. You
points.
have the facility.
What?
You have the facility. There are people helping you. So I'm saying, are you exhausted? Because you should have advantage, and you just rolled flat.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said with disadvantage because I'm
Oh, I didn't
exhausted.
know you had exhaustion, so it's been like a day or two, day and a half.
Yeah, I had
Oh,
4
so
levels.
You can remove a point of exhaustion on a short rest once per long rest.
So we are doing okay. Want to make sure. In that case, I have
Yeah, you found that at some point
0.
during the day when you just sat around, did nothing.
Perfect.
know.
I'm at 0 then.
That's what I
17.
figured.
One
All right,
better, baby.
17. His heart sounds not right, though you are not a halfling doctor. Truth be told, none of the people here are. They don't know if the anatomy of a halfling is different, but they can all agree that that ticker is talking in all the wrong ways. And the internal injuries are more like easily dealt with. Some are more severe, and if you don't have the capability to cast such strenuous, taxing magics, you could take him to the Solaris Order, and they would have healers capable of fixing his internal injuries, or just time and not getting fucked up. What else was there? As for the nerve damage, yeah, that would be a higher level spell casting type thing. You get the sense that within an initiative, when things got extraneous for Adlin, probably gonna have some difficulty functioning quickly on the fly. Everything from his like cracked ribs and organ scar tissue.
Adlin, you took a toll.
And they recommend that whatever this is attached to his arm is detached, and you see that it's probably not good for him either. It's kind of like there's a bit of not a rot, not like
Necrosis type thing.
not even just
Huh.
something else. It's extraterrestrial. It's undiagnosable.
Oh no. Alright. We need to get you. We need to get you to the Solaris Order. Adlin, this is beyond that, or you're gonna have to retire, and I don't think that's in the cards.
wait, what?
Your body is broken. And this arm, I gesture at like your prosthetic, isn't helping.
You're not 100% sure on that, but it just does look alien.
It's not helping. That's a fact. It's definitely not helping. Right?
She's not a doctor. She's a chiropractor. One of the nursemaids says.
It might not be hurting, but it's not helping.
I think it looks cool. One lady says.
I mean,
I'm allowed an opinion. Shuffles off. The older attendant kind of rolls her eyes. Apprentices.
all right, but we don't have time for that right now. The question is, am I immediately going to die? As far as you're aware.
I'm not 100% on your heart. All I know is this is going to affect you in times of stress.
All right, well, we've got some stuff to do. Then after that, I'll be good to go.
You know yourself better.
That's a lie. We both know it. But if you do think that taking the arm off will help, I can. At least as a compromise.
I don't think it's going to necessarily help. It just look at this, and I like move your like shirt away to show the whatever's going on with it.
I mean, it's not externally visible.
Oh,
He's just bruised on the outside. It's like you
Oh.
took off Batman's suit. He's bruised. You can see this guy's an adventurer
Okay.
for sure.
I don't think it'll necessarily help. I think
Adlin,
you're
what's your
like
passive insight? You think everyone's a bit too worried about you. You're a halfling after all.
Yeah, look, we can deal with it afterwards, okay?
Right. I won't force you to get help.
All right. Well, look, you know what? You can come with me afterwards, and matter of fact, once all this is settled, I might actually go and take a break back in Mossville for a little bit.
All
Okay.
right.
Matter of fact, I still got to go show you some of the stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
I put out a hand to help you off of the probably doctor's table I had you on.
All right. Well, let's get going. Yeah. Well, if they're up for it.
Yes. Where are they?
Pretty sure we left them back at the room, but
Right, yeah, we head back to where we left them.
Alrighty, as the I guess the two
What
of
you
us
do?
were just
So you guys
having
join up
breakfast.
with the other two?
Yeah, we didn't leave as early as y'all did to go get some medical attention, but we were having breakfast as the sunlight streams into the main common area. So Alcos is just poking at some eggs and sausage that was brought to him by several servants and nuns. A few marks of a ruler kind of adorn his knuckles. But, so yeah. So, Agni?
Sorry, my brain's a little scattered. Yeah, he's there as well. Genie relatively quietly, seeing if he wants to talk about anything in particular.
And he got startled at one point and like shook the table a bit.
Yeah.
And it was like an awkward silence. He probably, shrugged it off. And then a minute later, the others are returning up the stairs to cut the tension, if any.
Rapping about Adlin?
yeah, well enough. All right. So when do you want to set off to go ahead and help out your family members?
Are you able to do that, Adlin? You're my family member too now, so if you're fucked up, I'm not gonna push you.
Yeah, I'll be well enough. Not gonna kill over.
I definitely want to catch up. I don't want to miss, the trial. Lord Hammond said he was going to delay it. I don't know how long he can delay it for.
Mm-hmm.
Alico, sir.
Oh.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you for looking out after me.
Of course.
You look like shit.
Rough night.
Oh, here. I'm passing you the Pumpkin King mug.
I'll pass, thanks. See, as the whole
Don't
time
wanna
he had
fill it
one
up
hand,
with mayonnaise?
he had one hand under the table. As he's kind of with his left hand, gotta just pass it right back to you.
Adeline has acknowledged this.
Adlin will remember this.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do we want to go now, or what's the plan?
That would be good. So kind of looking at Alicos with a worried look. Did he give you the rundown? Look at Agni.
Bit. Not much. He'll tell me when he's ready. If he wants to. I'm not going to push it.
Okay.
Is now a good time? Can I kind of looking at you, Sana? It's now a good time.
If it is for you, yes.
Last night I did a ritual to try and figure out what's been going on with the world tree and everything being different. I suppose, unfortunately, there's not a lot we already don't know. The heavens being unbound, the cycle moving, the wheel turning ever even faster and faster. The end times are rapidly approaching. But whether the cycle will continue, I don't know. I know there are things that are important that have to be. Kind of like now as he starts he brings his hand up to his head it's like a visible expression of pain. But just things have to pass, but I don't know how or why.
All right.
So
What exactly needs to pass?
I know you're important. It kind of looks to you, Agni. I know you're important, but I'm not sure. Don't remember how or why. I know you're important for the cycle.
Don't understand what you saw. Don't understand what
I saw it.
you've shown.
All the cycles that were, was, and could have been. I saw every sapling that the world tree ever was. Every root that blossomed into a new tree. And it wasn't just a tree, it's a forest. A forest of realities. Different world trees that... So I kind of brings like both of his hands up to his head.
Hey, calm down. Deep
But you
breath.
see, it's just a forest. What? Just...
How it goes.
Yeah, I'm fine. Let's...
All right. Well, that's that's a bold-faced lie.
I suppose that is freaking 20 plus insight. Not even a nat 20 will save him there. Agnicia.
A little bit.
Sorry,
Get
yeah,
back,
he
but
doesn't use your pen, he
full
uses your
name?
full name, yeah.
Yeah, so she's a little taken aback for a second.
Agnicia, what, do you have any idea how you relate to this cycle?
I've seen of other lives where I've been other people. Like some sort of... The word nexus being ever get said directly to Agnicia, or was that just something you've called Agnicia?
Yeah,
you know.
the idea of someone who, for the most part, retains who they are. What reality that was said to you by the lady in the lake. She was actually the only person who said it.
Lady of the Lake. Give me some sort of nexus being. Someone that retains of who they are. Different cycles, I guess.
Oh.
I've been through a couple. So have you.
So,
Understand correctly?
What-
No, I've seen you before.
And reincarnation, living multiple times within the same cycle.
reincarnated. I mean, Pandori's a phoenix. Die and be born again. It has something to do with that.
So, what was the thing that all those cycles had in common that you were in? 'Cause something about you and
Don't remember what.
continuing the cycle, but I'm not sure how you do it. Done something every cycle to continue it.
I think so. I think I've just lived and you've been there. That's all I know. All bits and pieces.
Was
Seen you there before. Didn't look like you, but I knew it was you.
This hurting my head. So like see like a few trickles of blood coming out of his nose.
Hey.
Jeez.
She's gonna stand up to kind of wipe it.
Yep.
And she'll kind of kneel next to him. Like
He
really like make
tenses
him
up.
look at her.
It tenses up.
Really.
Get really close.
She makes
Rather defensive.
him look at her. Like if you're not fully looking at her, she will grab his like chin and
Yep.
like make him look at her.
Yeah, as you do that, you see he tenses up. It's like probably the table shifts a little bit as he gets instinctively defensive.
He doesn't look afraid even in the slightest, or that you've like. There's no tell that anything upset her in any way. She just like unbothered completely. His chin and says, "Lakos may have had other lives before. This is the one we are in now. Understand? All of those other ones weren't us. May have had our parts of our soul or something, but they weren't you and they weren't me. Fully. Didn't experience the same things that we've experienced in our lives that have made us us. Only version of us that matters now. This one. In this one, I'm here with you. You are here with me. You need to ground yourself. This one. You try to be all of them, it will break. Mine does not do that. Or this one. Is all you need to be. You be this one right now. Just be Alikos.
Yeah. I guess you're right.
An insight check on that shit.
He's even more confused than ever.
You have like a strong connection with him. You're like true love. See, I told you you have permanent advantage on insight on him.
Shit, I
Oh
forgot
yeah,
about
that's
that. Sorry.
true. Oh nice.
He seems confused.
For you,
Aye.
right?
I'm Aliko Sideri. See, druid. I was lord. I led a tribe. No, wait, no, that wasn't this one. No, Lord of Riverfall, the Raven Pines.
Where did we meet?
Servant of Lord Hammond. Servant of Lord Hammond. I see he's actually he's like struggling a little bit.
Alikos. Here, and I'm throwing something in your direction.
Alright, as he instinctively tries to deflect it.
Alright. It'd be easy enough. It's a bag of powdered silver.
Yeah, just out of
What's that for?
As you see, like he is freaking full adrenaline. His pupils are dilated as you just throw something at him. And you actually see that the hand he was hiding the whole time, it actually has a knife in it.
What if I told you that bag's probably the most important thing to you?
Yeah. So he'll kind of open the bag and see the powdered silver. Yeah, it's kind of look between that and Agni, then look back at the powder and Agni again, and kind of it's like clicking. You see, like the gears are starting to turn a little bit.
What's that bag?
Oh, nothing. We just couldn't figure out who was supposed to hold on to it before, and I think now's a good time for him to just have that.
Yeah.
It's the most important thing to him. Okay.
Yeah.
Agni puts a hand back to say, like, I'm not gonna try and get on whatever shit you're on right now, but okay.
Yes, it's a bag of powder, huh? Bag of sand.
Oh god, Alikos is gonna fucking snort it. Oh no. He has a drug problem now.
First the shrooms.
I say when Agni literally has 2 things of drugs in her inventory.
Scarlet Vanguard's downfall. Drugs, alcohol.
Hard drugs.
We've become
Welcome
a rock
back
band.
to HBO. Whatever happened to the Scarlet Vanguard?
Crack.
It shows you guys through your rock and roll career.
We're just in an alley somewhere, just snorting
Unfortunately,
mushrooms.
I've been still doing shows. Here's a photo of him biting the head off of a bat.
I was the
Sorry.
strongest warrior.
We're in an intense scene. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to joke.
Oh no.
Oh, it's good.
What does he kind of awkwardly ties back up the bag and puts it in his own bag. Yeah. Thanks, Adeline. Thank you.
Yeah. Just think on it. But we need to make a decision for the day.
He's kind of looking back at the bag as Adeline.
Mm-hmm.
And as he kind of holds up the bag, he said, "It's gone."
That's fine. Can be replaced.
I don't think you understand.
I think you're the one who's confused.
As he kind of opens his eyes and kind of slightly nods, like, "Yeah, no shit."
You just keep a hold of it.
Yeah, hold on. I guess he'll put the bag back in his bag. So, right, the plan of the day. If I remember.
No, hold on. Sorry. You're so confused. Is it magical? Did you do something magical to do this? Make you confused? What did you do?
I think it'd be easier if I just confess now. Kind of like saying to you, Sana.
She gives a supportive smile and nods. Like it would be.
I suppose I was rash and desperate to figure out everything that was going on, and, well, there was a ritual that involved in me sort of spiritually dying. And I infused my essence with the world tree for some time. And I was trying to figure out why things have been, why everything's changed since that creature's got sealed. Since that tumor was put away, why everything is wrong. And I think when I came back, I think a part of me got stuck in the world tree. I think I was splintered. Yes.
Did you do that? I jump
Why?
the furthest extreme. There were other steps that could have been taken first.
How? Consulting your gods?
I don't know. Talk first about it?
I knew you never would approve. I think.
Yeah.
And then kind of look at you, Sana, like kind of back me up here, I think.
If Sana goes to start backing him up, Adelaide's gonna put an arm out to stop you.
Yeah, no, she just you can tell she definitely wants to, and like probably does like open her mouth a bit and then nods at you like thank you.
No.
Why do you always think I'm such a bitch? I don't understand. Assume I'm gonna be angry all of the time. Not angry.
Can I confess something?
Yeah.
I hardly remember all of you.
Okay. Good to know. Thank you.
Yeah, I could tell you were about to stab me.
Yeah, sorry. Kind of Aziza kind of awkwardly kind of realizing he still had the knife in his hands, like kind of tosses it on the table. Ding!
Fuck it. Agni's casting Greater Restoration. She doesn't know what else to do. And Hail Mary.
I mean,
Doubt it's gonna work. She's just
saw
desperate enough to try it.
I saw you stab me in the front, the back, but I know in this
Yeah,
life
that
you
happened.
didn't.
Well, no,
I
it
know.
did happen once.
I know. I remember everything that we did, Magnesia. It's just,
And as you're saying that, she boops you
yeah.
in the head with a diamond.
Oh,
So it had blink.
Yeah, there's a diamond across the face.
Like a brick.
it's like diamond dust freaking slingshots it at him.
Nothing happens. It's nothing to be fixed.
Oh no.
Whatever happened to him is beyond a greater restoration. Nothing was taken from him. He wasn't changed per se. He just saw a lot. And you can roll an insight, Ignicia, with your advantage. And give a bonus to it equal to your charisma modifier. As you fucking drive into his mind as you try to expel this out.
No.
Oh.
No.
No,
And even with that-
hold on, I'm using my DM inspiration. Fuck this. This is my fucking man.
Okay.
Please not in that one. Holy moly.
25.
Yeah, so 25. Yeah, you fucking drive into his mind and you just see that maybe in time he can pull the pieces together of what these relationships mean to him, that it's not lost, his understanding of who he was. You like really connect to him as you touch his third eye, and like you're just dazed. Like she essentially stuns you for one round as you're like stuck there, light from your forehead, and the love is still there, and you kind of see everything that he saw because you've been through similar things before, and maybe as a magical creature you're just more capable towards it. You see all these similar flashes within just this instantaneous casting. It's not quite as in depth, but you see what he doesn't. That for there to be, a ongoing light and good, a strong part of that, for whatever reason, your love culminates from this. Your love plays a big part, and you know right there that true love will always find a way. And that hopefully he can pick these pieces up himself. So you're filled with a bit of hope, maybe yourself, but ultimately, Alikos, after being stunned for a minute, take that as you will. All you get from that is, what you gauge personally from this whole situation, and maybe the emotional look that Agnicia has given you. You can't deny that she looks to you with the most earnest of intent, most honest of eyes and longing.
Yes, in his heart, yeah, he does feel guilt. He knows he should feel something, considering all the experience we has. But
You don't know
it's
why
just,
you've lost it, or what. If that's maybe not even the right word, lost, but
yeah.
just confounded by so many other things. It's still so fresh.
Adeline, what was it you were saying? What are we doing today?
Well, we've got to figure that out. If we want to get to your people, Agni, we might want to pick it up because they're not going to wait on us.
We should head out.
All right, let's gather up our stuff then and meet up outside.
Do that.
And yeah, he'll try to separate like everybody out, give everybody a little bit of time if Sada will help him. Just like
Yeah.
like he sits there, and kind of nods at you to kind of go with Alikos, and he takes Agni off.
Put a hand on your shoulder, Alikos, and kind of nod, like, come on.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so I'll follow suit.
Yeah, that's what you do. You guys left the keep yet? Are you in the courtyard? Have you been walking from it this whole time in the backdrop?
I think
Was this
about
inside
now
the place?
we were gonna go gather up our stuff and then meet up out in the courtyard.
Yeah, I think we were at breakfast for that conversation.
Yeah, that was in the tower. Where are you guys trying to get to? Okay, so yeah, we cut from the tower scene and open up to some time later in the morning here. You guys have gathered up.
And one thing just before we get down there, Adeline would try to end his attunement to the artificial arm and take it off.
What?
Yep.
Oh no.
Now I don't remember Ghost, but I remember it exploded when I put it on the first time. I don't remember what we said about me taking it off. It's the only reason I bring that up now.
Like slowly peeling a scab on your brain.
Done and done.
No!
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Intelligence save.
Yep.
Well, you don't even know. We also ran a whole mini session while doing this one. He's been going out and doing Batman stuff this whole time. Yeah, it hurts. You temporarily feel your brain get rocked. You'll take psychic damage. Just not too much. Just roll 2d6.
All right, and I'm getting a phone call for some reason. I'm gonna mute real quick.
Meanwhile, as he's ripping that, the rest of you have gathered up your things.
Yep. Alikos was bleeding from the nose. I do check him just to make sure there aren't any long-term effects of that poison, other than what we just found out about. More physically looking for any damage. Do that. So I sit him down on his bed and I use my light cantrip to look him over, check his eyes. Do you remember nothing? So I just look you over.
Let the GM take this one.
Yeah, we just see maybe some confidant words being shared, and then backdrop we see Agnesia at some point just in her hand, phoenix ashes, the diamond reforms perfectly in your grip. By the time Adlin's returned, you may or may not notice. It depends if he wants you to notice if he's missing the arm.
pretty difficult to miss a giant fucking arm.
He's got a pretty good sleight of hand. He could just like stand one way all day.
No, I mean,
And roll a d100 now that you're back, actually.
oh, hey there. D100. Bip. I gotta turn off this GM.
All right, and you were incapacitated for about
Oh,
10
wow.
minutes, screaming, laughing, weeping,
All of it.
all of it.
When he comes out of it, he just tosses it in the bag. Hopes nobody saw him, and Gary starts walking down to meet him.
Yeah,
And
that's all.
he isn't really trying to cover it up or anything.
Okay, good to know. Cluso's flying overhead. We see that as the camera pans onto you guys, because the shadow kind of waves over you, and you've all gathered here in the courtyard of Augur Keep, and they're ready to receive you at the gatehouse and let those palisades down.
The people at the front, they were supposed to have let a couple people through. They did that, right? When was that? Recently?
Listen, lady, I don't know diddly squat, but from what I hear tell, you're all the high tom tit.
Yeah.
I can open this gate for you. That's about it. If you're expecting a big send-off or information, I'm afraid I'm not the gentleman. Actually, I get off in about... my eyes ain't what they was. Can you see what that clock over there says?
Hit on me again, and I'm gonna punch you in the throat. Let's keep going, huh? And he just walks away.
What? I just...
She's
She
just
has arms crossed,
making assumptions.
confused.
She's angry. She's just having a bad day.
He looks to the other guards who are just laughing at him. And, open the gate! Open it up! And as I was like spinning his finger in the air and marches off angry. So the young guards are all chuckling, but that gets washed out by the sounds of the heavy churning chains unfurling as the gatehouse opens for you. And onward the Vanguard goes, putting distance between them and keep Augur and from the border where this little arc had begun for them. You make your way back to the Brunhaus Run, one of the larger roads of these lands. You march. What kind of pace do you march at?
How fast do we want to put Pepper going?
Let's do regular pace. We're no rush.
Yeah, regular. Yeah.
We gotta catch up, so yeah, definitely not slow. Regular to fast would be what Agni suggests, just to get there.
That's true. Fast a little bit.
Just once,
regular.
yeah. Once we connect with
Okay, so-
Lorelei and the triplets,
Mhm.
we can slow down.
Okay, yeah,
I do enough to get to them.
we'll hit fast then.
It's a motivated trip. You guys are moving, fleet of hoof, pig hoof, and by whatever other means you come to bear, you've got dragons in your wake. And you're on the road again. It doesn't take you too long before, as I said, you're on the Brunhaus. And to your left side, to the west, quickly you lose sight of Fort Augur as the needly tops of the Marburg Range become these rows upon rows of green, grassy hills with old statues and cairns of the time of the early empire. This land is very cultivated, though there are meadows of taller verdant grass. As you move along the main road, seeing other travelers, guards, and it's beautiful summertime. It's a good time. There's people camping out in the throws off the road, and I'm just going to gloss over a few days of travel. If anything you guys want to stop me for, say you're doing along the way. Help you each other. Insist upon it, and we will make it so. Other than that, the first day travels with ease. You come to a point where you're given a choice. You can go through the hilllands with their statues and effigies of old. There's that high road up the Bulge of Swatch, keeping a closer view of the Marble Range and passing by Lake Callan. Or you can continue the southbound trails and come to one of the more promontory crossing of roads with the Pride Way, the Brunhaus. That'll take you through the lowlands and near the Sun Home hamlets, picking up the Bulge of Watch, the capital of this old the high road, the low road.
Did Lorelai say which way she was going, Agni?
They were told to take the low road, if you recall. But
Take
it's
that road, yeah.
no, when you're making this choice, it's near the end of the day's trip. And probably go a few miles either direction from here. Yeah, Lorelai and those they led ahead were told to take the low road for safety precautions as they would pass by Fort Langston, but it kept them away from the mountain.
And Agni asks Sana to ascending to Lorelai.
Of course. What would
Tell
you
her we're at this crossroad area and we just need to know which way she took. You know that they said take the low road for safety, but this is Lorelai.
Of course. Yeah, I don't know if you want me to do it, but I just messaged her or sending her. Lorelai, this is the Scarlet Vanguard.
Oh, that's wonderful. Hello, dear. How many was that? Did you know you could do this?
I think she's
Your
got
sending
one
was interrupted.
I hate sending. So as soon as you start talking to her, it doesn't say when the person, she just starts talking back right away, essentially. You can still finish your 25 words, but it just throws you off. As you feel her charisma from afar.
We just need to know which path you took. We're at the crossroads.
You're smart enough to realize she used all of her words. She forces you to cast it again.
Yeah.
I love this bitch.
You realize to send a message via the sending spell, you have to begin sending a message.
Trolls.
Once again, sending, we need to know which way you're going as we are at the crossroads.
That's wonderful. We're waiting for the proceedings. We're just enjoying some of the art displays at Waterford University and take the low road or the high. We were fine. Doesn't really help you.
Yeah, I frown.
She seems in high spirits, though. She sounds like she's sipping at an art gallery. You're like, you actually know what the Waterford University is. It's a big institution of artistic learning run by one of the more prominent women of the barony in these lands.
Agni, and she said take either. They seem to already be there.
They can move quickly when they wanna. Okay. If it's about the same distance-wise, might as well take the low road. She said that one first, so that way. Yeah, good luck. Sorry, getting straight answers out of Lorelai. It's not something you usually get.
Especially now, it's like margarita hour.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, it's her sipping time, so she's gonna do that.
And so you guys do. You continue south, headed for the low roads, looking to run along the Yedris River and past Fort Reinstig. And so you complete this first stage travel. You pull off somewhere along the roadside and easily enough are able to find encampment, maybe embanked to the hills on the east side. There's civil lands, and instinctually you get up on watch, because you've been through so many harrowing adventures. But it's just like a guard going by. Evening to you. Sorry to wake you. continues along. There's a wagon at another point headed along the Prideway, or forward, I should say. Yeah, peaceful night, and you rock on into your second day's travel, still heading at a fast pace?
Mm-hmm.
Question
Can I
mark.
catch up?
Yep.
Oh, okay. You do. About half that day, just under it, brings you to this larger crossroads. You can see here where the Prideway meets the Braun House. I mean, the Braun House is a fine road. As far as roads go, it's good trodden earth. You know, if you're a person who knows earth, maybe Alikos, you appreciate that you're a druid now. Like, it's some good dirt. You know, it's traveled. It's wide. You can get a couple lanes of traffic.
Look at that
But isn't it
topsoil.
like,
Ugh.
yeah, it's good topsoil.
The only
But as you
emotions
come up,
Alikos has left are his love for topsoil.
exactly. Oh, it's probably taken that everywhere you go to bring home. I mean, via the way your shield works, you are collecting things from your travels. But anyhow, you come up the Brown House's trodden dirt path, and as it comes up the hill to this promontory, the meeting of roads, the Pride Way is different. You've traveled this before, and here especially, it is like finely cobbled road, as if cleaned. And these stones are, from distant lands, are, just different, like different coloration. You can see the effort that was put into this by the early empire. And they've got these big banisters that are up, representation of the united republics of the world, and the baronies, the majocracy of Barum, and the original empire. Sort of like a collection of flags here. And actually, just a lot of people hanging out here too, as you guys start to turn left upon it. I don't know if you would stop through, but it's a frequent. It's like a mini King's Cross almost, just like a few little stalls, kind of humble. People come and go, stay here for the night. But you're about halfway through your day's travel, not even. You've still got plenty of hours to go before pressing on. Do you stop? Have a break? Continue ripping it down the roads.
That's
You
not
do kind of
bad.
slow down when you come in here. They like you just out of courtesy. There's no road lights, of course, but
Yeah.
the way it all
Question
is, you're
then,
kind of going up
if
a
you-
hill as you're getting there, and you're slowing down. And
Would leave it up to Agni.
If you feel good enough to go to Mossweald, now's the time to run off. If you're not okay, don't go to Mossweald.
Well, I can go, but I'd have to meet you in Baldrick's Watch.
Stick together for now. We can circle back. It's not a huge amount.
Yeah, no, not in a
Come
hurry.
back
It's
to.
fine.
chicken and onions,
Oh,
chicken
yes.
and onions. Put them in a soup. Goats from the north.
You're trying to
Goats
sell
from the
chicken and
north.
onions, or are you just telling me I should put them in soup? Because if you're selling the food, I'll buy
Hello
some.
there. Hello there. Welcome. Have you heard the good word?
Who?
A bird comes out of her sleeves. She spins around, wearing a flower crown. Fades away into the clouds. Collection of people here. The kind of people who hitchhike and hang out at pit stops. Yes, it is a small bazaar, full of bizarre people. Some more earnest and orderly. Guards and soldiers here as well.
Agni,
Wearing the customary verdant greens and yellow gold trimmings of Ruxemburg, the hold which you've spent most of your adventures.
You wanna keep pushing, or you
Yeah.
wanna stop for a minute?
Keep pushing. There's no reason to stop.
All right, let's go then. Continue on.
Alright, you guys continue rolling on, and over the course of this day, you still have the hills to the left of you, but the mountains which you had ventured in are far off. You can nearly just make out their white snow-capped peaks glistening in the high sunlight of these summer days. And to the other side, you can see the copse of trees that ride the more craggier terrain that bisects the Prideway to Baldrick's Watch from the lake far off in the distance. You can kind of make out reflecting and those even larger mountain ranges that surround this whole country. And once again, you get through a day's travel, non-issue. So I'll continue about. Unless there's anything you want to say or do, you pull over, you make stop, and we carry on into the next.
What's the weather going to be like tomorrow?
Sunny. Not too hot. Just like you're past the zenith now, right? So it's just kind of like steadily going from like max sun power to like it's kind of fading, but it's in that hot pocket of warmth. Right,
Agni's just generally trying to be chill with him and not be pushy. Find things he wants to talk about and talk about them. If he doesn't want to talk, not to make him talk. Probably the calmest Agni anyone's ever seen.
I want everybody to roll a persuasion check.
Question for how
Everybody
real
except
that calmness
Alikos.
is.
Persuasion. I'm bad at.
I'm sure everyone's talked to Alikos at some point or another within the days you're traveling. Makes sense?
Yeah, that's fair.
8 on Adlin.
Oh man.
Isya,
Oh, yeah, it's a little better, I suppose.
what does Sana do the best?
Well,
I have
it's
a
certain
plus
things
9.
explain it.
I have a plus 9.
So yeah,
my goodness. Hold
Silver, I
on.
trust you to take those as they fell.
Okay.
You have exchanges with everybody over the day. Definitely Agnesia is mostly trying to talk to you.
I use favored by the gods on that.
No.
This is a fate relationship. You'd think the gods would be like, hell yeah about that.
God's kind of effect love.
Okay, no
You saw
worries.
Beauty and the Beast. What movie is it? I don't know. One of those Disney movies. Hey,
Okay.
shout out to them.
Thought the gods were in my fucking corner.
Okay,
Well,
so
you
on
did
this
kinda
next
commit
day of
blasphemy,
travel,
that's
you guys
all.
are effectively like in Baldrick's Watch. It is such a metropolis that even miles out from the actual capital where you are in the hamlets of Sunholm. Embedded in the hillside south of you are all these homesteads, a whole massive township. This one district in itself, almost rivaling Mossweald in size, but completely and entirely residential. Not too far from it, from the inletting river, the Throne, you see Fort Rheinstig kind of tucked in like a bunker on the inlet between those hills and with a tall copse of trees to its back. On the other side of the road is another high ground of trees and general industrialization, lumbering. You can probably hear the sounds of wood chopping throughout the day, a sawmill. And this is relatively around where you guys stop, technically in Baldrick's Watch, but actually in its outer hamlet of Sunholm. But you can make out Baldrick's Watch in the distance. Even from here, it is immense. It stands as a first age garrison, a blockade and avenue, a nexus to the one of the mightiest rivers of the world flowing behind it. Historical landmark amongst cities as far as things go. And after many, many travels, you guys see it for the first time, as far off as it may be. You have the comforts knowing that tonight there are plenty of cavalry patrols about. And actually, maybe with your passive insight, Adlin, it seems like they're sending people out, probably to do with the efforts across the land. You see a few platoons marching or returning from campaigns.
I add a little note that, and then a thought will come across his head. And he'll just sit there think about how is Alikos supposed to lead an army right now?
Good question.
Oh, right.
That's one thing you know about war. War takes a long time.
Mm-hmm.
These are like battles, skirmishes. The war is definitely seemingly on a there hasn't been a big war in a long time since the Second Age.
Mhm.
People are kind of tenuous about it right now, but who knows when these events may transpire? And yeah, you do look at him curiously, like how the hell. You guys bed down for the night once again, and we'll just kind of dive into a scene here of you guys. Got some text chat going. Let's not lose that from the recording. We'll just dive into the last thing said there. Kind of set us
Okay.
up. What do we see?
Okay. As spending over the last few days, spending the time with Ignicia, just in the silence, just engaging in small talk. Really not feeling a connection because there's only so many times you can talk about the weather, the trees, or the birds before even he, a druid, can kind of get fed up with it. And
I want to know if Agni could insight that he's getting fed up with her. I'm gonna try and see if she notices.
okay.
Sorry. Thought I turned on advantage, but I didn't.
Oh, that's so rough.
At this point, your connection is getting like it's there. It'll always be there, but it's getting like muddled by your own emotions.
No. My
I
heart.
tell he's
Why don't you
annoyed.
love me? There's so many
You tell he's
fans.
annoyed?
If we had fans that would be like just hating me right now.
Oh, I know. Well, it is what
Do you
it
get
is.
even just a little bit of vibe that he's annoyed? Like, I just gotta figure that out, if that's alright.
Just as confused.
Confused?
He's taking his time.
And as Adlin occasionally goes and speaks with him during meals, Alco's he still seems incredibly defensive around Adlin, as he kind of remembers in all the world trees how being stabbed multiple times in the side and the back and the front, and then the time when he was a spider, and the time when he suddenly tried not to do something and he got stabbed anyways again. And then he realized, how did he become so close after being stabbed and betrayed by him? Why is he so close to him? Does he even trust him? As now he's just constantly almost, he's very defensive around Adlin, as Adlin kind of occasionally slips to go take a piss. He's kind of eyeing him the entire time as he goes to the tree
because
line.
you know the experiences you've had, and you know like them being there, but you also know a different him in that exact same experience could have done it for different motives.
That's true.
It is confusing. You're doing a good job though.
As then knowing and kind of remembering the time when remembering those end of the moments with Adlin as the darkness comes back as coming back from his near dead state, sees Sana knowing that she was watching over him while he was in this complete like unconscious state, keeping him safe, as he's oddly drawn to her, feeling that just instinctive like comfort, knowing that this person he can trust. But knowing Ignicia's presence and remembering their history, he's a little frustrated that he wants to talk to her, but he's not willing to do so to jeopardize this thing with Agni that he remembers he has.
All right, and now we're gonna bring in your kid, Jimmy. Come on in. Hey, I'm just kidding.
Wait, what?
Maury Povich. Yeah. And that is essentially what's been going down, even this night as you're sitting around a campfire. No one bothers you guys. You're able to complete a long rest. At this point, like, gosh, for the most part, be feeling full up. Even Adlin, like with your injuries, you have magical healing in the party. You have people with know-how. It helps.
Yeah, and he would ask Sana at some point about for the first bit, he would say, can you give Lord a heads up about how Alikos is right now? And then he would actually ask Agni's permission about letting Lorelei know. That way, these two important people to y'all are not completely unaware.
I was muted, I'm sorry. If they're like in public or other people can listen around, she'll telepathically through like a lecture be like, I won't stop you from telling Lord Hammond, If Lorelai is to know, let me be the one to do it. But don't worry about it. And honestly,
All right.
ask Alikos if he's comfortable. It's his mind.
All right. Fair enough. Alikos, you got a second?
Yeah. What do you need?
So we wanted to give Lord Hammond heads up about how you are right now, if you're good with that. But it's up to you.
Why? Kind of
That way
staring down at you.
That way he's not completely unaware if you seem to have forgotten a lot or confused on stuff.
It may throw him off.
The last thing you want to do with the Lord, I think, is throw them off.
But she does it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, then.
Yeah, I send out to Lord Hammond letting him know this is the Vanguard. Alikos had an accident, and some of his memories seem to have faded. Mask is muted.
Yeah, there's silence at
Oh,
first. You just get silence.
okay. All right, yeah. Do I know that it reached him? Like, do I feel like a lock on?
You do get a response, though.
Oh.
It's just silent at first. There's like a slight pause. Like, oh, maybe he didn't answer, and then here. Oh, 1 second.
Oh, right, rations. We should be doing that.
No, I've been keeping track of the entire campaign. We were at 37 once we left the underwater part, and now we're down to 7. For all of us, including Pepper and Oliver and everyone.
Going off that. Oh.
It says, I have secured pushing the congregation to be held within the halls of egalitarianism, also known as the Eagle's Hall of the Common Folk. That is unfortunate news. We will see him well.
Okay. Seems he's gotten a congregation in the halls.
All right. All right. That's good. I think that's good.
I'd imagine the Lord's a busy man.
Well, he's doing the favor for Agony. So always good to keep him in the loop.
Thanks for letting him know. That way he knows what's up.
All right. Well, so first thing tomorrow we'll meet up with Lorelai, right? Agni? As far as
How
your
late
track-
is it? How late is it that we're getting in again? Sorry, I might have missed that.
We camped like right outside the city, so it's probably like morning, I'm guessing.
Yeah, you're in the Sunholm Hamlet. So there's like a whole village built up in those hills, and then that keep, and then buildings along the road leading up the rest of the way till you get
Sounds
to
so good.
Baldrick's Watch proper.
It does.
So good.
And
Like I'm in a video game.
as well just try and find her
Thank you.
now or today. I
From
mean,
the sounds
how
of
hard
it, from what she said, she was at the Waterford University, which is like in the city. It is in the Crown's Ward or the Creed Ward. Sana, you're actually not sure, but you know the city within the walls is broken up into three wards, representation of the three worlds and all of its iterations. So there's the Common Ward, which we'll pass through first. There's the Creed Ward, which is like the first capital. It's the base of their theology and provincial mandates and where they do legislation. And then the Crown's Ward, which is like the nobility and like the actual castle of the city, where the first emperor once sat. Currently, you're still about 30 miles out, just in the countryside leading up to the proper city.
I could sending her.
She'd hate that. No, just let me go there. I'll find the university. You guys get settled in. Do whatever you need to do. I'll find Lorelai.
Here, no need to go by yourself. I'll come with you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Be safe, Ignacio.
Two Alicos.
So two of you are pushing on into the night, while the others stay back and make camp.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It'll take you 8 hours at a fast pace to get to the city walls from where you are.
Ooh, damn. I thought we were a bit
You
closer
will
than that.
fall from exhaustion along the way. I'll bring you back to the map.
I thought we were a bit closer than that. My bad. No, then we would go in the morning then. I'm sorry. I thought we were, like, just outside the walls. I misunderstood you.
You're within the radius of these 3 hexes.
I see now. Okay, no, then there's no reason to split up then. Sorry.
Yeah. Wait.
You're quite far. Like, you know,
My bad.
maybe you're over here. Maybe it's not. You're like about a day away, ultimately.
Okay, then no, there's no reason to push forward.
Mm-hmm. All right. You bed down. You dream serenely. You recall nothing of it when you awake. Adlin, you've got phantom limb pains. As you rise that morning, you kind of feel your arm when the incident happened at first, after your Underdark bouts and your little stint through hell.
Yeah, and he just
Welcome
looks
back.
at his bag where the arm's currently just stashed in and leaves it be.
It is a morning. You break bread of what you have available left to you. It's a good thing you're heading to a city. Supplies are getting relatively low. Your beasts are getting tired as well. Pepper is ready to put her pot belly down, and you guys move on past down the Pride Way in all of its glory, pushing past the Rhinesteg. And you thought Baldric Watch looked omnipotent and, you know, domineering over the area from the distance, but in truth, it's not until you approach that you really get the scope of this place. The attention to detail as you've closed into a few miles now, every shingled roof, the coloration and shade, not a single one missing. This place is far from dilapidated. On the contrary, it is historic and under constant revitalization. It's like what Mossweld could be, but much, much grandiose, more grandiose. Tall palisades, towers, and multiple universities spread across that you can see these larger buildings and their grounds peeking up, and almost like when you look at the world from space, you know, the continents you can see on the world, you can see all these prominent structures within Baldric's Watch, even from outside the walls as you approach. And even the homes outside along the wall, the people who live here, they're fair and fine folk. A mixture of humans, elves, the occasional dwarf, and a smattering of other cultures. It is the fourth age or so, and people are mixed and happy. As far as they know, they're unaware of the dangers the Scarlet Vanguard has faced for them. These unsung heroes who make their unhailed but triumphant first walk into Baldric's Watch. The gatehouse and all of its grandeur is open. Why wouldn't it be? This is a metropolis city. There's constant business coming and going. Well, the gate clearly has the capacity to lock down if it needed to. You guys are getting looks. Children kind of running up to the fence, waving at the big pig, and people noting the dragon, the two dragons that move with you. Initially, as you're approaching the wall and as you move through it, you can see the calligraphy signs, if you're able to read, that tell you are in the common ward. Here, not only do you have Luxembourg soldiers in their verdant greens with golden filigree threading, but you see the personal entourage, the company of the Baron himself, who runs this whole hold. Because Baron is split into 4 holds, and each of the baronies ultimately runs their land, but then pays fealty to the Magocracy's head, who is an ancient being, an Archmagi who helped found everything. But whatever, pretty much these people run their own thing. So this Baron and his guys you see around are very important. People do not make transgressions around them. And you know what? This doesn't seem like the city where many transgressions take place. It is a idealistic medieval city somewhere after the inspirational times of its Renaissance, and truly in a thriving point. Bells go off from distant churches, and kids are coming and going from school. It's an educated place, and you guys are just kind of lost where to go to first. You just kind of walked into the common ward now, and you're at this big pavilion meeting of cobbled streets, deciding where to go, what to do.
All right.
Oh, this
So we
place
need to
is
find-
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
Smell. Smells like. No, it's not Manico cheese, Dawn. Gotta look at that like
No,
No,
it's
what
cheese
you're currently
cartons.
smelling is the polish and lacquer of the cobbler's shop you're standing in front of, and it's mingled in with other artisanal shops and things, cafes, and
Nope, that's
tradesmen.
oil.
You should be on the lookout for manticore cheese, though. I see it.
Add the
I'll point it
sharpness for a
out.
second.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. So you think Lorelai's still at the at that academy?
If they've got booze, she's probably there. No, we can take a look. And if
Okay.
she's not there, they might know where she went. They might know what inn she's staying at if she's not staying there. Good place for you to take a look at.
Sounds good.
Missy, has she always been such a drunkard?
Oh, yeah.
We see you all banter and continue forward.
You want to know? You didn't answer my question.
Oh, I didn't. Your voice cut out. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I said I don't know. DM, is she? I never specified that she drank a lot, and then if she does, that's fine.
It's been a long time. Yeah, you guys continue on, and you come out of the rabble streets of the Common War that are busy and buzzing, and into the more orderly Creed Ward, where here every building seems to hold some purpose or value, or at least the person living in there must. A lot of, like I said before, legislation-type buildings, solicitors, and a lot of the universities. You can find your way to them from here, so I think you're in the right place. Why doesn't someone roll me an investigation or a history? Whatever you want, as you're trying to like pick out some landmarks, find your way.
History.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah.
Adlin, you want to roll investigation? I don't know. Son is very much interested in the history of this place.
You make out some of these old arcane turrets that are no longer functional, but once were used to keep terrible foes at bay on the behalf of humanity.
Ooh.
Once there was great gems housed in them, but even so, without them, they still stand lustrous, dressed in bannerments and tabards. And this city is not over-industrialized, though a lot of it is made of stone. You can see the artistic flair and the shingled coloration of roofs and the horticulture of foliage, hanging ivy, and potters and planters and trees that have been spread throughout. Especially here in the Creed Ward, is quite nice.
What happened to
Following.
the and the thing? Do I know that? Sorry, I don't want to move it like that. That interests me. I like that. I want to know why.
You see, she stops and looks at it for a moment.
Yeah.
Roll an Arcana.
Crit! Yes! Lordum, come on!
Nice.
Give!
Oh man, Lord Dump. Okay.
I have my notebook.
The building they are surrounding belonged to a powerful mage who went on to become a provincial, lead his own dynasty elsewhere. And what they brought forward to this union of men when the First Age came to be was their magical artillery, which to this day is still used, but with discretion because of events in the Second Age, when elves and dwarves went to war and the machinations of machines and magic were devastating to the Empire and brought it to its knees. The actual reason they were dismantled was because at some point a tyrant rose to power shortly after the plagued years in the fallout of the Second Age War between elves and dwarves. This tyrant rose, and all the true rulers that would reunify the Empire later had to kind of spread out. Some of them would never return. They would become dissonants and form their own things, such as the Republic across the Sea of Chains. But this one character stayed here, a necromantic spellcaster, and he used this as a necropolis, a citadel. The city was rampant with the undead at one point in its history. But it was one of the turning events to bring important races back together and reclaim the Empire. It was a long, long time ago, and one of the bigger events that have transpired in the timeline as of late, and that's why it was taken down, because if anybody did use these in a corrupt way, it's devastating. Gems were said to be destroyed, but in truth they couldn't be turned to powder. It was each of them just kind of in hundreds of shards, said to be kept in several different places. There was a necklace made that is kept in this city. There was a dress that was made in part with these shards that is kept on the Zarnessus coast, and as well as a weapon of sorts, which is said to have been cast with these shards in its metallurgy.
Ooh.
Way well across the seas in the east in the Zhao. So there's your lore dump. You sit there and ponder that and just like probably spew off at the mouth all this to the rest of the party. And some of the other people here too that are stopping. Do you work here?
I'm a tour guide.
Where's the tour shop once we're done? Souvenir shop.
Oh, I don't work here. I'm just. It's
You know
very
what?
interesting.
Sana, for you, that was inspiring. You can add inspiration to your sheet.
Yay! Thank you.
For me, that was I gotta drink some water.
You asked for
Well,
that.
as long as that entertains you, you
Mm-hmm.
retain it. Who knows? Maybe it has more meaning to it.
Notes have been written. Dress, necklace, and a
Yeah,
weapon.
you continue on. You follow the calligraphy painted signs hanging from their nice lampposts, and at this point, it is actually rolling into evening as you've gotten deeper into the city. It took you the whole day to pretty much get here. So it's just kind of the turn of afternoon to the twilight hour, and like clockwork, the darker streets are being illuminated. Orderly way of things continues, and before long, you see the grounds of the Waterford University. It lives up to the name Waterford as per its plethora of fountains and sculpted displays out front. You can see it as a school of the arts, for beyond any of the other buildings you have passed, this one is decadent most in murals all along its exterior. There's no graffiti. The styles may vary, more abstract to more humanistic, but it's definitely a school for the arts. Their gates stand tall, and even these iron wrought bars were done by craftsmen who took care in their work, each individual bar. And the gardeners clearly take pride in their work as well, as the whole fence is then dressed in plumage of flowers and nice patternation. There are guards at the front watching you approach. This is a private school. Salutations to you. Good evening.
Hi.
Business have you at the Waterford?
A friend of mine told me that they were staying here. And she's about 5'6", pale skin, dark curls, blue eyes. She goes by Lorelei. Be here.
Large hat.
Lorelei?
Yeah, very large hat sometimes.
Kind of waves off one of the other guards to go check. You know, they got one of those guard kiosks on the other side of the fence. And go through a list of names. Sits there and talks to you to get a feel for you. Is she a student here?
I don't believe so, but she has friends in all sorts of places, so she's probably visiting a friend. She told me she was. She might be in some inn nearby, though. So if she's around, let me know.
So it's likely the grounds were open to the public. Not too long ago, we held a art display of our students and a fundraiser.
If she was here for that, she might not be here now, then.
We will have a look if you wait a moment.
Thank you.
This name has been left behind.
Well, shit.
What do you look like right now, Ignacia?
Ignacia. Not in disguise at the moment. Yeah, normal Ignacia, a slightly harlequinade look with the kind of loose beige dress that goes to bright colors.
Do I know you from somewhere? Are you of the line of work yourself? You said, well, if this Lorelei person is affiliated with anyone here, perhaps you are also in the industry of the arts?
Indeed I am. Monsieur Sunstorm at your service.
Ah,
Send her hand.
I knew it. I'd seen you perform
Oh!
many, many years ago. You
I'm
were
honored to hear
a
that.
dancer of sorts. I remember the performance. It's hard to forget. One moment, my colleague is returning, and the other guard comes, whispers to him. Oh, I'm sorry about that. There's a no-name Lorelei left behind for us.
Ah. Sometimes she uses a variety of different names. No worries, I'll take a look around elsewhere. Know any,
You know the dame which funds this school. It's a family school. She's spoken of you before to me. I'm not ashamed to admit it, but somewhat embarrassed. I've inquired before. She mentioned this to us. Despite being the dean of things here, she's quite thorough to know all of us, sharing her tales of her travels.
What's the name of the school
meeting
again?
you all actually in Moss Wales some months ago.
I missed it. What's the name of the school again?
The dean of a school? Surely you know.
I mean, what's the name of the school again? Like I'm blanking.
Waterford University of the Arts. Something else.
Fuck. Oh.
Yes, Baroness Brunhilde Ziegler. She is.
Oh.
She is the heir to this place. Deeds belong under her title.
Lovely.
She returned to the city after venturing out on her own and gathering some pieces and taking her time, waiting into summer. But we had our display with foreign art from young, hungry artists and such, and people who couldn't quite afford an education in sort of a We're looking to enroll a lot of new students, needless to say, soon. We run in all ages as well, if you know anyone who's interested.
Some I know a few people.
Adult years. Well, anyways, I won't keep you any longer. The night is growing late. The shade does grow in these tall streets. May you find your way. Miss the company.
Thank you. You point me to maybe a nearby inn that's maybe something that's relatively nice but rowdy. That's where I think my friend would
Rowdy.
be.
Can't speak for exactly what rowdy may mean to you, but there is a nice gentry club where they play games of billiards and have fine lounges. It's a upstanding establishment not far from here. Other than that, you may seek out something more rowdy in the common ward.
Can I roll something to feel like which one I know Lorelai might prefer? Whether she would go for like the rich people to con the shit out of them, or whether she'd go to just get drunk at the common place. So I just have to make that decision.
Make your hunch.
I think she'd con the rich people. Yeah.
You're right.
Okay.
Definitely went to this gentry club, this burlesque / billiards place. That smells of stogies and scotch and velvet.
Put me in the
Right, he
direction
gives you
of that billiards
directions.
club then.
Still have your... What's on your persons right now? You got like the pig, all your worldly belongings with you.
I guess so.
Carriage?
Yeah, we haven't stopped. Do we have the carriage? We
Yeah.
haven't gone to an inn to pull over. And
These
put
are
them
wide
anywhere
streets.
yet.
A lot of homes have carriage ports. and such.
Triboys.
My
Driveways.
God.
You
In
made
the
it.
suburbs.
You guys made it.
Which,
Yeah. So you pull up to this club, this establishment, and they do have valets that will take care of you. Worry not. Eager lad with a hand out and a red monkey suit looks at you. Oh, I could take that for you. Few coins, a pocket right in the side there. You're staying the night? Talk to him. I know he's big, but he won't bite. If you got any gumption, you should make an assumption. Spend a coin. Don't purloin. Get inside. Make a friend.
keep the
And
cost.
if you're having a woe, have a drink. Make
Flip.
amend.
Flips him a gold coin. Please.
You're
Thank
We'll do
you,
it as
Law.
Willy Wonka speech.
Yeah, that's his job, man.
I know.
Takes the coin. Yeah. Parks off your guys' vehicle. It's peaceful outside, but it's the club when you're inside. You hear there's some harp that goes off almost right when you walk in. There's volumetric smoke just kind of hanging through the air of different fragrances. People in dapper suits or more loosely dressed with casual morals about them and their physical postures. People are swaying on tables or stages, and you hear a rooster outside, and when you come inside proper. Looking about for Lorelai, and it doesn't take you long. You see her sitting next to one of the bigger stages in a booth. She's got her hat tilt sideways, circus hat, her boots up on the table, legs crossed. She's definitely the most morally casual person in here, as I put it. And she got a collection of individuals around her. Some of the immediates who decided to come on this trip to lend her aid. You see, I can't remember his name right now, but the half orc. What's his name?
And the Goliath.
Goliath. There you go. See, I know little. It's been weeks.
It's alright. Riggs. That's his name.
Briggs. Yeah, you see Briggs. She brought Briggs with her to keep her safe. He's good company. Looks big. Other than that, you don't see the
Big rig.
triplets.
Big rig.
You don't see the triplets.
The triplets aren't in the lounge.
No, they're not here. You do see the Kenku, the songbird, is actually about to start performing. Like, there's one person playing harp, and then they come out and start using their mimicry to make all these beautiful noises. You get a wink to notice walking in, and through the movements of their performance, kind of point you off towards Lorelei, who's just total Scarface booth, with her hat tilt sideways.
Mountain of cocaine at the booth.
She prostrates herself upright a bit, takes her boots up off the table, leans forward, rolling the hat back from her brow, and smiles, hands tucked under her chin, one of them clutching the last few puffs of a cigar.
Hey, Lorelei?
Doesn't seem worried at all. Hello there.
To see you made it.
Mm-hmm. Ran into a mutual ally, I suppose, or another one of Hammond's exes. Talked all about him. Things always happen in threes, hey? Funny like that. Why is everyone so glum? Have a seat.
Yeah.
You're only one of the finest clubs of
Thank
the
you.
Alicos. She goes to bring out her hand, presentingly.
Yep. Goes and shakes her hand awkwardly. Yep.
I bet that wasn't what she was looking for.
She does a little jiggle, giggles, leans back, and make sure there's room for Agnesia. Come, sit.
He's got a very the phrase Tupperware smile, perfectly placed,
she knows.
Exactly where it's supposed to be, that type of thing.
She knows. As soon as you sit down, she just to everyone else, and then kind of flicks her hair and turns to you. She's like, "What's going on?" And you're like, "What?" You're surprised that she could read this so quickly. You've literally seen it for one turn.
And he just kind of, what looks like kind of a passive flick of the wrist to be like, "Oh, how you doing?" It's more of a later kind of thing that Lorelei would recognize. It's just we.
Oh, she then puts her hand through her hair, turns back around. Wow, I'm so glad you all made it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody
Congress has been pushed back.
Good. How long do we have?
Who knows? We were given a frame of time.
All right.
But Hammy's been hemming things out, he says. He's put some word out. Paid the right people. We should maybe find out who put this little stitch upon our poor Pippa.
Absolutely.
Gets my throat. Speaking of which, how's the pig? Did they bring it inside?
Oh no, we parked Pepper outside. Didn't think they'd appreciate the pig.
It's been about a week, but I gotta say, this whole thing is rather alarming, rather disarming, as she looks at Adlin.
Oh, yeah.
He does that.
My physician said it was better, might be better for me to have that off for a little while.
Sometimes best to sever ties. Does a little snipping motion with her fingers. We'll have a drink. We have time to wait. The hour is late. We still have many more to go. It's like everything's just beginning, I'm hopeful.
Yeah.
She sips her drink, pure scotch.
Maybe
Not a
tomorrow
flinch.
morning, Lorelei, you want to try and figure out, look into a bit more with what's up with Pippa? Do you have any idea of which way to point us? We can also do that. If you have other things you need to do, of course.
I do. I told old Hammy what I know, who I saw her with, where we were. And baby girl, don't even worry about it. You look so tired.
Did she say sorry? You cut out there.
She goes, baby girl, don't even worry about it. You look so tired. I put the right information out. You've done so much. Let's give it a few days.
Right.
See what comes back, and if need be, We'll act on it. Of course, it's what we do. You're a fire starter. That's how you were raised. What you were born to be.
No worries, Lorelai. Everything will be just fine. Get Pippa back.
We will. Put this hat where it belongs, and then she takes it off and puts it in the center of the table. To Pippa. And to family. To new beginnings. She looks to all of you. As there's an attendant here that she's been paying for, and just immediately just pouring you all out drinks. She goes,
Yeah.
give them the other bottle. Save the few last drops of that. Right.
Probably
Looks at you all and toasts.
For the triplets. They came with you.
They're good. They're good. You like catch her when she's like putting something in her mouth. She just take a moment to chew it, swallow it. They are. They're doing good. They're looking forward to things. They wanted to go to the art gallery, so I took them. Met the Baroness.
Mm.
Got to talking, and she's got ears too. You know how it is.
Mm-hmm.
And turns out we both have mutual ties when it comes to old Hammond,
Mm.
Ian, if you know him like that.
What did she say?
Ian, his name.
Ian. Did we know that, or is that
Probably
new
not.
lore?
This is the first time you hear his like prefix name.
Hmm.
Oh, she's bitter. So
Power
bitter.
play.
She never let it go. You could tell, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Some people just never let it go. But in the end, some people got it and some people don't. But really, it's
Yeah.
about who takes it. She kind of like looks around at the table like for an opinion on that. You know.
I mean, you've always had it and you've always took it, Lorelai. So I am not surprised.
I know, but I'm getting old. I dye my hair, if you can believe it.
It's fine.
It's just so
Really?
ironic because her whole life she's dyed her hair as a performer. Like,
Yeah. Like, I've seen you with rainbow hair.
speaking of
Why you're
which,
dyeing it black? That's fine.
I might go for something new.
Ooh.
What do you think?
Something red? Give it
I
like,
like
maybe
that.
a bit of a vixen kind of look.
Scarlet, maybe? Kind of opens her mouth with a bit of a drawl.
Scarlet. Hey.
Yeah, I could swing that. Well, would it be staying here?
I think so. Just for the night at least. We might find somewhere else a bit less bougie eventually.
If you insist, but Ian put it on his line of credit here.
Then never mind. If he's willing
As
to
she's doing
extend
that, she
that
like
line of
spins her
credit.
finger for another bottle of the good stuff. Guy nods.
Alright.
Oh, you're gonna ruin that,
Perhaps-
man.
Perhaps we should
Many women have
exploit
tried.
the good Lord's hospitality.
It would be an exploitation if I didn't live it to its full potential.
If you
Life
say
is
so.
acquired taste. Sometimes you just have to stop and take a deep sip and then just chug it back.
Whatever you say,
We'll see.
Lorelai.
You're down
Spend the
there.
night here today. On our own coin, I'm sure. If Lord Hammond wishes to extend his hospitality to us, we can do that. If
No,
not,
you didn't see him yet?
we'll find somewhere. Oh no, we haven't had the chance. We just got
Oh,
in.
you missed him. He's got his nice armor on, too.
Ooh. Lovely.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man, and their wars. If there's
Mhm.
really one to be had. I don't know, I'm not really sold on the story of this one yet. Angry gnolls and such. Dissonance between brothers and Deadmold. We'll see what pans out, I guess.
I don't know too much about it.
We'll stay
I do
informed.
remember remember fighting a couple of angry gnolls a while back.
One isn't a Knowles angry. Well, I take that back. We know a few good ones, don't we? Met maybe a few along the way. Maybe there was like a Noel Carney at one point.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Just, oh, I love this song. Alicos, you dance with me.
Is that an offer or is that an order?
Well, you're smart, but you'd be smarter if you didn't even have to ask. And she takes your hand.
Well, all right. Like I said, so yeah, not even a chance to even refuse. He's just dragged out of the booth.
Adeline's making like concerned looks at Agony.
She's just offhandedly talking to you, just like you're like dancing with your mom kind of thing, you know.
Agony,
She's leading Alicos.
Agony, you would get a silent speech message of, didn't she say that she would fucking stab him? If he did something.
Hasn't said anything happened yet. And he just smiles and laughs with like a whatever, and she'll eventually kind of, if she feels like it's going on too long, or if she see Alicos getting, upset, will step in and say, like, oh, might as well save the dancing for me. I'm not quite perfectly in the mood for it yet, but we can dance later, Alicos. Kind of lead him back to the table with like a...
You come save him at the end. But the whole time she was talking to you, she was talking and just saying like small talk, but the whole time she was talking to you, she was also purposely pacing her words and the sequence of her questions. She's a naturally hypnotic person. It's her nature. And she's like kind of breaking you down, trying to figure you out. Just roll an insight check to see how much you pick up on all this and how much, if you're insightful enough to not like still.
She's an enchantress wizard, please.
No, she's not. Nothing magical about her.
Okay.
Nothing magical about her.
She's just
pure manipulation.
Insight.
And she wants to be.
Ooh, 11. Uh-oh.
By answering the smallest of questions and the way you respond to her direction of the dance, every little thing adds up to her. She makes her own evaluation, and then Amicia kind of reads on this and kind of pulls you away, saved by the bell. The bell with 2 L's and an E, as you see your bow take you to the side.
Come on now.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's unisex. We're taking it back.
It's true.
Sorry, I couldn't get you out of that couldn't get you out of that faster. She would have been a little weirded out if I did. And she'll just pat him on the back and get him to sit down.
Kind of whisper. Something about her frightens me.
Yeah, she has that effect on people.
Kind of like eyeing her, then kind of awkwardly like going back to the.
Nonchalantly heading over to the bar, talking to people, shaking hands along the way. But in the mind's eye of the viewer, not privy information to you as players, we see her ears twitch as the camera zooms in on her. She's immensely perceptive.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I have a feeling I know what class she is, but I'm not sure. She even is.
And the night continues. You guys carouse, and you're able to just like chill, bond. The night's vibe. Yeah, the night slowly wanes on. One by one instrument leaves the band. It's kind of cool. Like they do it like that on purpose. You know, the whole band doesn't stop at once. The music just keeps kind of going until it doesn't. It's a nice like transitional fade into the late hours in time. Kind of would go by. It's nice for you guys to sit in these lavish chairs and unwind.
So.
But as maybe the drinks are hitting or the bellies are, and you're starting to feel full. There's still the weight on your minds of the call to action for you heroes. The beyond the veneer of peace that's taken this world, there's the battles in the West, there's the black market, furthermore, the black mass, which uses them as a face. But perhaps on a grander scale, you've steadied the plate, just like that final symbol that rings out at the end of the night and then stops. With that final note of music kicking out, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up tonight's game. We'll pick up next week for episode 77 of 20-Sided Tales. We'll continue with the adventures of the Scarlet Vanguard here in Baldrick's Watch and beyond.